National Constitution Day. Let's see about National Constitution Day, about Constitution of India and interesting facts and need for Constitution of India. Constitution Day, also known as Samvidhandivas, is celebrated in our country on 26 November every year to commemorate the adoption of the Constitution of India. On 26 November 1949, the Constituent Assembly of India adopted the Constitution of India, which came into effect from 26 January 1950. The Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment on 19 November 2015 notified the decision of Government of India to celebrate the 26th day of November every year as Constitution Day to promote constitution values among citizens. And this day is also known as National Law Day. Making of our Constitution. The Constitution of India was framed by Constituent Assembly set up under the Cabinet Mission Plan of 1946. The Assembly held its first meeting on December 9, 1946 and elected Dr. Sachidanand Sinha, the oldest member of the Assembly, as the Provisional President. On December 11, 1946, the Assembly elected Dr. Rajendra Prasad as its permanent chairman. The Constituent Assembly set up 13 committees for framing the Constitution, including a drafting committee under the chairmanship of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. On the basis of the reports of these committees, a draft of the Constitution was prepared by a 7-member drafting committee. It is the longest written constitution in the world, containing 395 articles, 22 parts, and 12 schedules. The Constitution of India was not typeset or printed, but was handwritten and calligraphic in both English and Hindi. It was entirely handcrafted by the artists of Shantiniketan under the guidance of Acharya Nandalal Bose, with the calligraphy text done by Prem Behari Naren Raizada in Delhi. About our Constitution of India. The original copies of the Constitution of India are kept in special helium-filled cases in the Library of the Parliament of India. At the beginning of each part of the Constitution, Nandalal Bose has depicted a phase or scene from the India's national experience and history. The artwork and illustrations, 22 in all, rendered largely in the miniature style, represents vignettes from the different periods of history of the Indian subcontinent, ranging from Mohenjo-daro in the Indus Valley, the Vedic period, the Gupta and Maurya empires, and the Mughal era to the national freedom movement. By doing so, Nandalal Bose has taken us through a veritable pictorial journey across 4,000 years of rich history, tradition, and culture of the Indian subcontinent. Interesting facts about Constitution of India. The Constituent Assembly of India was established in 1946. It met for 166 days spread over 2 years, 11 months and 18 days. The original manuscript of the Constitution was written on parchment sheets measuring 16 by 22 inches, having a lifespan of 1,000 years. It weighed 3.75 kgs. The Constitution of India is a handwritten document and is one of the longest handwritten documents in the world. There are a total of 1,17,369 words in the English version. Initially, the word socialist was not a part of the preamble of the Indian Constitution. During the emergency, by the 42nd Amendment Act of 1976, the word was added. This is the only amendment to the preamble so far. Need for Constitution in a democracy. In a democracy, the Constitution is a sacred text for the government. It lays a strong foundation for a parliamentary democracy to function. The Constitution is the supreme law of a nation. India is the largest democracy in the world, and its constitution serves as a guiding light for it to function smoothly and vibrantly. Ever evolving, the Constitution of India is dynamic and adapts itself to changing times to address the changing needs and requirements of a developing nation. Preamble of the Constitution. The preamble is a brief introductory statement setting out guidelines for the people of the nation as well as presenting principles of the Constitution. It is a preface which highlights the entire Constitution and embodies fundamental values, philosophy, and ethos on which our Constitution is based and built. It includes fundamental rights, liberty of thought, expression, belief, faith, and worship, and fundamental duties, justice, social, economic, and political. The whole edifice of the constitution and structure of the political system protect and promote constitutional values embodied in the preamble. People of India are the ultimate custodians of the Constitution. It is in them that sovereignty vests, and it is in their name that the Constitution was adopted. The Constitution empowers the citizen, but the citizen too empowers the Constitution by following it, by adhering to it, by protecting it, and by preserving to make it more meaningful with words and deeds. A constitution is nobody's preserve, and it is everybody's preserve. Dr. Rajendra Prasad, President of the Constituent Assembly, in his speech before putting the motion to pass a constitution, paid tributes to Mahatma Gandhi and said that I shall only hope that all those whose good fortune it may be to work this constitution in future will remember that it was a unique victory which we achieved by unique method thought by the father of the nation, and it is up to us to preserve and protect the independence that we have won and to make it really bear fruit for the man in the street, wrote Sailen Chatterjee, journalist and freedom fighter. As part of the celebrations, a number of activities aimed at highlighting and reiterating the values and principles enshrined in the Constitution are being organized. An important part of the celebration is a reading of the preamble to the Constitution and reaffirming our commitment to uphold its ideology. Celebration of the Constitution of India is essential since we become aware of what values our predecessors wanted to instill in us. We must understand and stand by every word it says since it provides a guideline as to how Indians should uphold themselves and also to remember the exceptional efforts of those greats who made our Constitution. Happy Constitution Day. Thank you.